Hello legends. So I recently built out a Chrome extension to help me work with different people from different countries. For my e-commerce store, our customer support team is based in the Philippines, and I run the customer support team, which means I have to work with people in the Philippines. My brother is currently in Warsaw, in Warszawa, in Poland, which means if I ever want to speak with him, I also have to know what time it is for him. Next, I apply for work on Upwork, and that means I'm now interacting with people from all over the world, mainly America, Canada, and Europe. And my YouTube channel, which only has 200 subscribers, that also gets surprisingly a lot of people messaging me for to work with me, to ask me questions about the videos that I've done. And for these people, a lot of them are actually based in Europe and then South America. So yesterday I had a person from Bogota in Colombia reach out to me, and I had to schedule a time with him to catch up. So I think a lot of people out there will be in similar shoes to me, working with different people from all over the world, and then having to always go to Google and type in, what's the time in Canada? What's the time in Bogota, Colombia? Or if I want to meet with Lewis from Colombia on Wednesday, my time, what's the equivalent his time? Then you would go to something on Google like World Clock Converter and then play around with the settings, and it takes a bit of time. And I found myself doing that over and over and over again. And then the more I started working with people from different time zones, then the amount that I had to do that obviously increased as well. So then I thought, okay, I'm building out AI solutions for different people. Why don't I build out something for myself? So I built out a Chrome extension where I can actually list the people, like the key people that I need to work with and their associated time zones. So I can see, for example, Paul, who's our team leader from the e-commerce store. His current time is 8:22 a.m. I got Charlie from New York, 8:22 p.m. My brother, who is probably sleeping now, at 2:20 a.m. So then you can see that I've got this list of people that I'm working with. Now, if I go to convert, I can actually figure out a time in the future. So let's say Wednesday, and I did this for Lewis just recently, where I put in my local time of, let's say, 7 a.m. and I scroll up and I choose 7 a.m. And if I click convert, I'm now converting my local 7 a.m. time to everyone else's time. So whoever's on my list, for example, Paul at 7 a.m. my time on Wednesday, it's his 5 a.m. Wednesday. Charlie will be the day before 5 p.m. My brother is 11 p.m., for example, the day before. And Lewis, this is the person that I needed to speak with. So as you can see, it's super easy for me to just look at a date in advance and then figure out what's the actual time for this person, as well as the respective day. And this means that I could also just try and sync up, if I want to meet with Charlie at the same time as Mark, at the same time as Lewis. Well, actually, 7 a.m. my time seems to be pretty good because it's towards the end of the day for some of these guys. So it's pretty basic functionality right now, but it saves me going to Google every time I have to figure out what's the current time. Can I call my brother right now? No, I can't call him. It's 2 a.m. He's not going to be awake. Can I speak with Mark right now? Yeah, most likely. It's 8:30 on a Friday. He's probably near his computer doing some work. So this is super convenient. So I thought that in this video, I will show you how I built this out. This took me a little bit longer to build out because I think it looks a little bit pretty. I'm not very good with UI stuff, so it did take me quite some time, but we're going to be building out a basic version of this together. So it's super easy to do this. I'm also going to put the code of this into my GitHub so that you can just take that code and then upload it directly into your Chrome browser and then use this for yourself. If you're using this, I would love some feedback. What other features do you think it would need? I've already got loads of ideas on what I could do with this, but right now this is just so freaking handy for me. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is open up VS Code. All right, so now what I've done is I've just opened up ChatGPT on the right-hand side panel, and I'm just going to prompt ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to build a Chrome extension, so just so it knows what we're building, and I'm going to give it some instructions about what I want. Okay, so I've just written, I want to build a Chrome extension that allows me to enter someone's name and then choose the time zone associated to that name, then hit save, and then a list will be populated of contacts with their respective local times that will be displayed in a HTML pop-up. So, okay, so let's hit run and see what happens. All right, cool. So we've got two responses here. We've got a manifest file. We've got the HTML file, which is the visual thing that we're going to be seeing when we click this pop-up button. And then we've got a backend JavaScript code, which is the functionality. So whenever we want to interact with enter someone's name, choose their time zone, that's what this JavaScript code is for. I'm just going to choose option 1. I'm not going to read option 2. I prefer this response. All right, and now I'm going to build out these files in my VS Code. So I'm just going to go to create a new file and enter in manifest.json. So the manifest.json is like your itinerary when you're traveling. It basically holds all the information of your trip. So the manifest.json holds all the key information of our app. Okay, next we have popup.html. So popup.html is going to be the page that we see when we actually interact with our app. So for example, this is HTML. This is what we're going to be displaying here. So I'm going to copy this code as well. And finally, we have the popup.js. This is the JavaScript. So when we're clicking buttons, entering names, hitting save, like all the actions that we're doing, they're all going to be in this JavaScript file. So I'm going to paste this in. All right, so now we have instructions to add an icon that is either 16 by 16, 48 by 48, or 128 by 128. So we need a square icon. I'm just going to go with 16 by 16. So I've got a page open in Figma, which is like Photoshop, but in a browser. And I'm going to choose rectangle, make a box. I'm going to resize this to be 16 by 16. So now I don't have to go into Google and just try and find something that works. Then I'm going to make this super basic and just make a circle inside here. I'll just center it. I'll make the circle, actually I'll make this blue, and I'll make the background fully transparent. Now I'm going to hover over both objects, and I'm going to group the selection and then export this file. Now I have a 16 by 16 icon, and I need to call this icon.png. So let's find that icon, which is this, and I'm going to rename this to icon1 because I've already got an icon in my folder somewhere else. So I'm going to call this icon1, and I'm going to drag it directly into my Chrome app, and then go back to manifest.json and then change this name to icon1. Okay, so now we should be ready to at least upload this into our Chrome browser. So let's click on this extensions button here, go to manage extension. Then on the right hand side, let's flick on developer mode and click this button that says load unpacked. Next, you want to find the folder that contains your app. So mine is called Chrome app. I'm going to select. So now our app has been uploaded. So I'm going to go into details and I'm going to go to pin to toolbar. Now, if I drop down here, I can actually see that we have some kind of pop-up already created. So it says enter name. So let me just enter my own name and let me enter the time zone. Okay, GMT -11 and hit save. All right, so nothing really happens here, but at least we have the Chrome extension loaded up into the Chrome browser. So I'm going to take this information back and say, thank you very much. I'm going to upload this picture and say the interface is here for selecting, for adding a user. Can you use a time zone API to populate the drop down list of time zones, please? Also, can you make the HTML page bigger and then display the list of new contacts? Because I hit save and nothing saved or displayed. All right, now let's see what we come up with. So we've just uploaded the image of the actual app, said that, hey, the actual drop-down list for the time zone is not fully complete. Can we use an API for that? And then we also asked to make the HTML a little bit bigger and to make sure we're displaying results when they're there. So we've updated our HTML page. So let's go to popup.html. I'm going to control all that, backspace it, and now we have our updated HTML. You can immediately go to this icon, press it, and then see the update. So now we've actually got a bigger page. So this is, by the way, the best way to work with your Chrome extension is to load it unpacked, and then whatever edits you're making in VS Code live will be posted up to here. The only thing that you need to do to refresh the updates is just click open and then close it and reopen it. And then all the changes will be there. So the next thing we've done is updated our popup.js. Okay, so let's go to here and then put the updated JavaScript. Let's flick down. Okay, nice. So we have some more update here. So I'm gonna go Bart. Okay, let's just choose Cancun. Okay, lucky Bart, he's in Cancun. So we've actually got a list here that's displaying of local time. And I'm gonna get this and take a screenshot of this and now re-upload it and say, the list is populating. Can we use an API to always show the current local time of the person? Also, I want the list to be in a small rectangle box to display the person's name, their local time, and their time zone. All right, let's hit enter and see what we come back with. To enhance the Chrome extension, we're going to be using the world time API. Awesome, so we're updating our HTML again. So I'm just going to copy this back into popup.html, replace it. Let's see how this looks. Nice, we've got a box. So now we're getting a little bit neater functionality, or a little bit neater UI. Awesome, so let's scroll down, and this is the JavaScript, so it's fully loaded. I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Now let's see what happens. All right, this is awesome. So the first time zone, I think we entered this when we had the GMT option. That's why it's showing -11. But actually this is really cool, because this is pretty much like the other app that I built out. It just looks a little bit different, but we got the name, the time, and then the time zone. And then over here we have the name, the local time, and then the time zone. So I also want to delete this first one. So now I want to introduce some functionality where I can actually edit or delete these options. So let's go back into ChatGPT and say, can you increase functionality of this app to let me edit or delete users' information? All right, awesome. So our JavaScript has finished loading. I'm going to copy this and replace our existing JavaScript. Let's go back into here. And now we have some more buttons. Okay, so if I edit this, let me edit this name to Bartek, enter new name, enter new time. Ooh, but I cannot enter time zone here. All right, so that's one thing, but can I delete this? Yes, I can delete this. Okay, so the actual edit button pops up another modal, which is, it's part of this app, but it's fully separate, I suppose, from this HTML window. Now, I wanted this to be integrated into this HTML window, and I also need it to let me choose the time zone, because right now I can't choose a time zone. Awesome, thanks for that. Can you please make the pop-up modal part of the HTML page instead? And also, when I edit the time zone, there is no time zone options listed. There are no time zone options listed. All right, now let's see what we come back with. Okay, cool. So we're updating our HTML. So let's just copy this HTML. And this is most likely because I've asked for the modal, that pop-up from before, to actually be part of the HTML page. And now we're updating our JavaScript as well. Okay, and now our JavaScript has finished loading. So I'm going to copy this, go to popup.js, replace the file. And now let's have an interaction with this. So edit. Okay, so I'm going to go Bartek, and then the time zone. I am now in Rome. Let's update. Okay, but the update button doesn't actually update the user. Awesome, the new functionality works really nicely. The only thing is that the save/update button doesn't update the account. It doesn't actually do anything. I'm not sure if it's connected to the app. All right, so now we're updating the JavaScript again. Wicked, it's finished updating. So let's copy it. We're in popup.js. Let's replace this back in our app. Let's just add someone else. So I'm going to add someone called Andrew, and I'm going to choose time zone Colombo. Okay, let's hit save. So now we have Andrew added his local time, but I want to edit Andrew's time zone to now Jakarta and hit update. Okay, I'm just going to copy this picture and just say the update button is still not linked. The update button is still not linked. Here is a picture. All right, and let's send that across. All right, awesome. Thanks for sending the screenshot. So maybe we gave some more context to which button we were speaking about, which seems to be the update button. Now, hopefully this JavaScript will fix that issue. So let's wait until it's finished loading, and then we'll add it into our app. All right, we've finished loading. So let's copy this. Let's replace it in our app. And now we have a list of people. Okay, let's change this to Shanghai and hit update. And now we have Andrew as Shanghai. So let's edit myself now. So I'm going to change this to Bartek, and let's scroll down to Europe. Let's go into Warsaw and update. And now we have updated as well. So now I'm going to stop here, but this is exactly how easy it is to build a Chrome extension to solve a problem for yourself, or even to start building Chrome extensions for different people. By the way, if you go into Upwork, you're going to find a lot of people that are looking for Chrome extensions. So you got Chrome extension here, Chrome extension, like all these people are looking for Chrome extension developers or builders. And these are all posted within the last 24 hours. So heaps of people are looking for Chrome extension developers on Upwork. And you can see that, okay, we built out a very basic app and it's nothing too crazy, but it's totally doable. And there's a lot of demand for this right now. So hope this was helpful. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I'm going to make this available in my GitHub repo and put the link below, and then you'll upload it in the exact same way that I showed earlier in this video. And if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. It'll help me grow my channel. And then comment below, just like interact with this video, because I think it helps the algorithm and I would love to start exploiting my channel. So please be a part of that. All right, see ya.